Now, we're going to get Waco in conversation because they've got a brand new track out and a new record coming out in the September of this year. And when I first heard this track, I was just like, you know what? I've got to get them on the blower quickly because I was absolutely flabbergasted and needed to find out a little bit more about the story of Barry Gibb. Yes, you heard me right, because Barry Gibb was apparently their landlord. They're going to tell you a little bit more about it now. Right, you know what? I'm absolutely obsessed with this new track. And I just knew I wanted to call you up straight away. And I was going to organise this conversation anyway in the near future because I heard hardships will happen a couple of months ago now. And I knew that we had to get you on the show at some point. But I think this new track takes the crown for one of the best ones you've ever done. James, welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, Jordan. Thanks for having us.
You know what? I was obsessed with this story. I've just shown Dave Llewellyn there about the story of Barry Gibb being your landlord. Can you tell us a little bit more about it to start off with? Because this is an amazing story. Tell us about our Baz.
Well, this is a song that does what it says on the tin. Barry Gibb was my landlord. We have songs that are rich in metaphor and deep meanings, but this is not one of those songs. We're just telling the truth. I used to live in Manchester, grew up in Teesside. I went to uni in Manchester, and I was looking for a cheap rental flat. And I found this place, and they said, "Did you know that this is the house where the Bee Gees grew up? Their old childhood home." And it turns out Barry, obviously, when he was a successful musician, bought the childhood home, and I think he still rents it out to this day. The idea is that he rents it to creative people, musicians, students, that type of thing. And he keeps the rent low, which was perfect for me. It was just what I needed at the time.
I'm obsessed with this because I just love the idea of your landlord being one of the Bee Gees. And did he come round and fix your boiler every now and again when it just popped its clogs?
He had helpers doing that type of thing. But he does visit Manchester, and he has not been known to drop in the house. Always looking stunning in the most amazing bespoke silk suit, and he makes a bit of time to say hi to the fans and stuff because when he's in town, it's big news.
Yeah, of course. Did he come to see you at any point when you were in the house?
He did drop by. I wasn't home. This is a period in my life where I was spending quite a lot of time in the mucky pub, to be honest, and I missed him, unfortunately.
So tell us a little bit more about the apartment. I'm just curious because I wondered what Barry Gibb would rent out to students. Was it like the cheapest thing you could find, sort of like a bit of a cesspit, that typical uni house, or was it pristine, a bit like Barry Gibb's suits?
I think it depends. It's changed a lot over the years depending on the people who've lived there. So there've been times when it's been a big party house. It's got a nice, it's a Victorian house with a big basement. And I know that in the past, there's been like a whole group of DJs living there at the same time, having raves in the basement, that type of thing. In my time, it was a bit more subdued, and I had some nice housemates who liked to take care of the place. We were looking after the garden, having a few barbies, that type of thing. Is
this where the band first started?
That would be a fairy story, but it's not true. So the band are from all over the UK. There's myself and Jack from the northeast, two lads from Jersey. One of us is from Luton. So, yeah, some pretty colourful parts of the UK.
I just had this vivid vision there of you lot performing in this little dingy basement in Barry Gibb's old house. It just, my imagination ran away with me just for a little bit there.
We will go. We will do it. And we just need someone to cover our petrol. We'll play anywhere.
So in your bio, it says that you've had radio play from Zane Lowe, Daniel P. Carter. And I just had to double check before we came on and did this interview how long you'd been going, because I knew you'd been around a while, but I didn't realise you first uploaded your first ever track to BBC Music Introducing Wrangler on the 8th of January 2015. Does it feel like that long ago?
Well, yeah, it's I guess we've kind of paid our dues on the scene over those years. And I haven't been in the band all of that time.
Yeah, of course.
But there was the original lineup. Yeah, 2015 we started. So yeah, that was London. Yeah, everyone met in London, and then we had a lineup change around 2019 as unfortunately our original bass player suddenly passed away, So we reshuffled the lineup around that time, and that's when I came in. Everything we do is kind of like in commemoration and in tribute to Chris. So that's kind of what's kept us going. The thing is, we are eternally optimistic despite the hardships. You said you played one of our recent tunes. Hardships will happen.
Yeah. And
this music we're making is helping us get through those hard times, and it's one of the bittersweet sort of beauties of doing what we do. It keeps us moving. I think we've even managed to get some like deeper meaning into Barry Gibb, because on the surface it's a pretty trivial, fun, catchy pop song.
Yeah, of course.
But there are some deeper messages in there. We're talking about being happy with being content with what you have, which I think is one of the most fundamental tenets that we try and live by. You need to accept where you are right now in life, in the journey that we're all on, and be content with it. It makes things much easier. So there's a line in the song: I used to want the lavish lifestyle of New York City, and I learned to appreciate the place I live in. And whether that's Manchester, Chorlton in the BG suburb, or Birmingham, where I'm from, Richmond, North Yorkshire, where Jack's from, I think we need to celebrate what we have, focus on the positives, and enjoy the good times while they last.
The only place